Hello, I am on board. How do you like that? Do you feel like I should be taking off or putting on my sweater or something and be called Mr. Rogers? I wanted to just shoot a quick video to talk to you guys a little bit. You know, some of you I get to see on a regular basis, but others I don't get to see very often, so I just thought it would be fun to touch base with you and maybe just chat here for a minute. So hopefully you've grabbed a cup of coffee or something and you can take a few minutes to maybe just sit here and watch this video and act like maybe I'm sitting in your living room with you. First of all, I very much appreciate you as board members. I know we don't interact a lot necessarily, and we're not meeting regularly and so forth, but knowing that I have you as support is huge for me as executive director. You know, and I turn to all of you, with questions and different things at times, and just knowing you're praying and knowing you're supporting, of course your financial gifts, everything, that every way that you're involved are just a huge blessing. I just like to begin by thanking you so much for that. We have a lot going on right now, and that's part of why I wanted to come to you with a video so that you could be up to date, so you could kind of know what's going on with this ministry that you're a part of. So let me just kind of go through a few things here and give you some updates. And by the way, if I say something in this video that you want more information on or you're intrigued by or whatever, just don't hesitate to reach out to me by phone or email or whatever. I'd be happy to paint the picture more fully or answer any questions you may have. Excuse me. So first of all, Karis Bible Colleges. You've probably heard me talk about them. They're Andrew Womack Ministries started Karis Bible Colleges a good number of years ago, and they now have 40-some schools around the nation. And we've been working for 2 or 3 years to develop relationship with a couple of the schools. See, the students are required to do a mission trip to graduate, so that's a perfect fit for us. They're looking for mission trips. Most of them are doing a trip as a school, so all the students from that school go on a trip, and so it's just a perfect place for us to begin to get involved. So I've been working, as well as my mom's been helping as well, for a couple of years building relationship with a couple of the schools, mainly the school in Chicago. The CBC school at Karis Bible College, CBC, in Chicago is the biggest one. It was the first satellite school. I take that back. The school here in Colorado at the main Andrew Womack campus is the biggest one. But for satellite schools, CBC Chicago is the big one and the one everybody kind of looks to set the pace. So we actually had a student on one of our trips this summer from CBC Chicago, which was exciting. But the better part is they turned right around and booked us to do their trip for the full school for CBC Chicago in March of 2016. So that was a major breakthrough for us, and it really opens the doors for us to begin to have conversations with all the other schools as well. And several of those conversations are being had, and we're aggressively marketing to the schools. So we're very excited about that door opening. Also wanted to give you just a little bit of a Convoy of Hope update. That conversation's been going on for well over a year as well, and we've had some good success. Luke Greener and I will leave here in a couple of weeks. We will be in conjunction with one of their leaders. The 3 of us will lead a 30-member team to Haiti. So Luke and I will be a part of the leadership of that convoy team. That sets the stage for the path that we're forging with Convoy, as IMM will provide leaders for some of the Convoy of Hope trips. We're also seriously in conversations with them about developing a leadership training program that will be modeled after our own IMLT, In Motion Leadership Training. We will develop a model that will create leaders for their teams on an ongoing basis. So we will have our hands involved with Convoy of Hope in some pretty significant ways, and I'll have contracts and everything in the works. In fact, probably all that'll be all settled by the time we come to our meeting in January. And if I need your input or updates on that, I'll certainly provide that. Also wanted to share that Luke Greener, you may know that name. He's now on staff here at In Motion. He has been a huge blessing, guys. I mean, I'm just telling you, we've got this young man, I believe he's 26, with energy and passion and skills. He is helping us do things here at In Motion that I've wanted to do for a long time. And there's just something about the way he's built. I think even the fact that he's a young man, it just helps. And I'll talk to you more, I'm sure, in January at our meeting and so forth. But that has it's been very life-giving for me. It's allowing me to turn things over to him and see some things happen that weren't happening as well. And it's freeing me up to do my job. I have more hope and more passion. I'm more encouraged by where we're headed right now than I have been in a long time. And a lot of it comes back to having Luke on the team. In addition to that, we've also pulled Vicki Bronner in more strategically, in that she's planning trips, but we're going to have her in set office hours and so forth, and having her involved more, which is also a huge blessing. Let's see. One initiative. We've purchased about 12,000 Bibles this year in China, which is way cool. That's a brand new thing, as you know, for this year, and I'm just excited about how it went. I'm pushing here at the end of the year because we'll run that program through the end of 2015, and I'm going to keep pushing on that because I'd like to hit that 30,000 mark. And so, we're hoping that this year end, this time of giving as we lead into Christmas, will be a time that maybe we'll push that over the top. So that's kind of cool. Also wanted to tell you, Sandra and I will be going to what is called the Nonprofit Storytelling Conference in November in Seattle. It's kind of a cool deal. We'll go to the conference, but then they provide coaching after the conference for 6 months. Basically teaching me how to tell the story better, which now that I'm freed up with Luke and Mom and Vicki primarily being the chief people here in the office, I'm freed up more to do my job, and I just felt like going to this conference would pay rich dividends, so I'm very excited about that. So those are some updates. I won't take any more of your time. I've probably just kind of given you some teasers there, but more than anything, I just wanted you to know things are going well, and I thank you for your prayers, your support, your wisdom. And as we lead into January, I invite you to be thinking about these things and considering, there's some changes here. Obviously, the Convoy of Hope relationship, that's a bit different than anything we've ever done, so I welcome your questions, your ideas, your wisdom. CBC, those trips is kind of cool in that we're doing trips for those schools, but those trips are very similar to what we've tended to do over the years. So not so much new there, but an amazing open market. So, you can be thinking about these things, and we'll be preparing for our meeting in January. I know that's a good number of months away yet, but I'll look forward to having that time with all of you as we sit here in this building and hash through what God's doing and where we're going and making some decisions. And there's a couple other things that are kind of at work, but I won't take any more of your time for now. I just appreciate each one of you. God bless you, and thank you for serving along with me in this ministry. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.